Bonjour. So today I'm going to talk you through LEurope and the vocab associated with Europe and the European Union. So I hope you find this helpful. LEurope is a feminine noun. Obviously means Europe. We would just say Europe, whereas they put the word for the before it. L'Europe est une grande puissance mondiale. So Europe is a big global power. It's a big world superpower. So l'Europe. L'Union Européenne is the European Union. Now what you must get used to here is the word union is feminine. So we change the word européen to européenne by doubling the N and adding an extra E. Okay? So l'Union Européenne. L'Irlande devrait rester dans l'Union Européenne. So Ireland should stay in the European Union. So l'Europe, Europe, feminine. L'Union Européenne, the European Union, feminine as well. La zone euro is the Eurozone. So la zone euro rend les voyages et le commerce plus facile. So the Eurozone makes trips and business and trade much easier. And it does. We're so lucky that we have the euro, and as you can see in the picture in front of you, there's so many other, not every member state in the European Union has the euro, but obviously a lot of them do. And it does make things a lot easier, even when we go on holidays ourselves. You don't have to change currency. So la zone euro, the Eurozone. Le Parlement européen. Le Parlement européen is the European Parliament. Le Parlement européen se trouve à Bruxelles en Belgique. So the European Parliament is located in Brussels in Belgium. So the European Parliament, don't stress too much about it, even if it's too political for you or you just feel like you're out of your depth with that word. Just to recognise it will do fine. La Commission européenne, again, just means the European Commission. You don't need to understand it, just that you recognise what the word means. La Commission européenne se trouve à Bruxelles en Belgique, so the European Commission is located in Brussels in Belgium. Now, just comparing the two words, it's le Parlement européen, because Parlement is a masculine word, so we leave européen on its own. La Commission européenne, the European Commission, la Commission is feminine, so you'll change européen to européenne, you'll double the N and add an E. The most important one you need to know is l'Union Européenne. That's the one you're going to be writing if it comes up in an opinion question. D'accord. Les pays membres is a very important phrase, the member countries, or the member states. L'Irlande fait du commerce avec d'autres pays membres. So Ireland does trade. Faire du commerce is to do trade with the other member countries. So les pays membres, the member countries. L'élargissement is the enlargement. L'élargissement de l'Union européenne est une bonne chose. So the enlargement of the European Union is a good thing. And every now and then, and every few years, they will add another country or countries onto it. And you can see with the map in front of you. Élargissement de l'Union européenne, les étapes. So the different steps and stages. So ça a commencé en 1957, en 1973, en 1981 et en 2013. You know, you can look through the years there yourselves, there's loads of them. So l'élargissement comes from the verb élargir. Élargir, an IR verb to enlarge or to broaden or to widen. So l'élargissement in the enlargement. Le commerce is trade. It can mean business. You use it when you're talking about studying business at school. Le commerce, with the European Union, I suppose we usually use the word trade. Le commerce entre les pays membres est très important pour renforcer les économies et créer des emplois. So trade between the member countries is really important to strengthen the economies, renforcer, to strengthen, et créer des emplois, and create jobs. And like that is the key thing, like that's why it's so good to be part of the European Union. The fact that we can trade with all these member countries and we don't have to pay taxes or tariffs, it's brilliant. Les échanges commerciaux are commercial or trade exchanges. Trade exchanges. So the trade exchanges between Ireland and France, the trade exchanges between Germany and Italy, and so on. It's brilliant that we even trade with each other, because trading commercially between one country and another country builds up a good relationship with each other, a good working relationship, and it creates jobs and it creates money for selling products made in Ireland to France we're making money out of it and vice versa. Échange is a masculine word. So, les échanges commerciaux, trade exchanges. Les échanges commerciaux entre l'Irlande et les pays membres sont très importants. Trade exchanges between Ireland and the member countries are very important. La libre circulation is free movement. La circulation can refer to traffic or movement. So, la libre circulation, the free movement. La libre circulation des gens et des marchandises dans l'Union européenne rend la vie plus facile. So, the free movement of people and goods in the European Union makes life much easier. I mean, look at us, we're so lucky we can freely move from one European country to the other. There's no border checks or controls. There's no visa applications, and the same goes for goods as well. So that free trade is one of the biggest benefits of being part of l'Union européenne. Des marchandises are goods, merchandise. On peut facilement exporter des marchandises aux pays européens à cause de la libre circulation. We can easily export goods to European countries because of the free movement. It's fantastic. La monnaie unique. La monnaie unique is just a single currency, common currency or a single currency. La plupart des pays membres ont la monnaie unique qui est très pratique. So the majority of the member countries have a single currency, which is very practical. Les traités européens are European treaties. Again, if you know nothing about a treaty is something that we all sign and we're all in agreement with. So it's usually what we do is we hold a referendum and we either vote yes or we vote no for it. As you can see in front of you, there's a couple of the names of the treaties in the past. One of the most, I suppose, well-known ones is Le Traité de Lisbonne. Okay, so they're usually named after where the treaty takes place or where it's signed or whatever. So les traités européens, European treaties. Usually when they do a treaty, when they sign a treaty, it's for the better of the whole lot of the member countries. It usually improves our life. So les traités européens se passent très rarement. European treaties rarely happen. They only come now and again. Le FMI is the IMF. If you've not heard of them before, that's the International Monetary Fund. So they come in and they make sure that you're doing your finances correctly, that the banks are running correctly. Le FMI a beaucoup aidé l'Irlande pendant la récession en 2011. So the IMF helped Ireland a lot during the recession in 2011. I always remember the day they even came into Ireland to hold meetings with the banks. I suppose they kind of bailed us out really and helped us out. La Banque Centrale Européenne, the Central European Bank. I suppose they regulate our own banks here in Ireland. Une loi, I think we saw that in the politics vocab, a law, so it's feminine. Le Parlement européen vient d'introduire une nouvelle loi. So the European Parliament has just introduced a new law. Une crise means a crisis. L'Union européenne nous aide beaucoup pendant cette crise du coronavirus. So the European Union is helping us a lot during this coronavirus crisis. So la crise économique, the economic crisis. La crise sanitaire, the health crisis. There's loads of ways you can use that vocab. Un traité, as I explained earlier, is a treaty. So you sign yes or no to that referendum, whatever they're deciding to hold it for, and you either agree or you don't agree with it. Un budget is a budget. Le budget de l'Union européenne est de 148,2 milliards d'euros. So the European Union budget, I think this was for 2019, was 148.2 billion euros. Milliard is billion. So le budget. And out of that budget, then they'd have a certain amount for every country that they distribute. S'inscrire, you've seen this loads of times before. It's to join something, to sign up to something or to join. La Turquie est un pays qui veut s'inscrire à l'Union européenne depuis longtemps. Turkey is a country who wants to sign up or join the European Union with a long time. We're just kind of holding them off, I suppose, at the moment. There's a little bit of fear, I suppose, about letting them join. So s'inscrire, to join. Une nécessité économique, an economic necessity. I suppose, in my opinion, Europe being part of it is an economic necessity. If we weren't part of the European Union, we wouldn't have the free trade, we wouldn't have the free movement of goods and people, so we'd be down a lot of jobs and we'd be down a lot of money. So, oui, c'est vrai, c'est une nécessité économique. L'Irlande est un petit pays, donc faire partie de l'Union européenne est une nécessité économique pour nous. So Ireland is a small country, so being part of the European Union is an economic necessity for us. Une puissance is a power, a powerful even. L'Europe a beaucoup de puissance. Europe has lots of power. Okay, l'Europe a beaucoup de puissance. So it does have lots of power. Le pouvoir is the power, like having the power to do something. So the two words are very similar. Le gouvernement a le pouvoir d'introduire cette nouvelle loi. The government has the power to introduce this new law. La paix is a very handy word for you to know, and it'll probably come up again in the war vocab. It means peace. La paix is peace. L'Europe a été établie afin de créer la paix entre la France et l'Allemagne. Europe was established in order to create peace between France and Germany, because after the wars and the world wars, they decided that there's no point in continuing this fighting in these wars. Let's come together and let's establish a bit of peace, and that's the only way we'll work together. So la paix is peace, and that set up the European Union. L'unité is unity, and it's a feminine word, and the fact that we have like 27 member countries in a European Union, that's unity. We all come together, we all work together, all of our ministers meet, etc. L'unité entre les pays européens est réconfortante. The unity between the European countries is heartwarming, it's comforting, it's heartwarming. Exporter is the regular ER verb to export. Quand on fait partie de l'Union européenne, on peut exporter librement des produits aux pays membres. When we're part of the European Union, we can freely export products to member countries. And that's so important that we keep exporting, because the more you export, the more you're using your ports, the more you're selling, the more you're making money. So exporter to export. Des produits is products. L'échange des produits entre les pays membres est bon pour les économies. So the exchange of products between member countries is good for the economies. Equally, you could just use the word des marchandises, the word for goods. Librement is an adverb, freely. On peut voyager librement en Europe quand on fait partie de l'Union européenne. One can freely travel in Europe when one is part of the European Union. You'll recognise that in university. You'll come across this year. I think it's in second year you can do it. It's called the Erasmus year. And Erasmus is where anyone studying within the European Union can go and do their second year in college in another European country. So you could go to France for the second year in college if you wanted to. So librement, freely. Voyager is a regular ER verb to travel. Les Irlandais peuvent voyager en Europe et découvrir les cultures d'autres pays. The Irish can travel to Europe and discover the cultures of other countries. Les pays européens, so European countries. So you should be looking at that word by now and realising, okay, pays is obviously masculine because européen, I've left the spelling alone. So the European countries. Il y a 27 pays européens. There's 27 member countries, European countries. Un Européen is a European. It's funny because we always say, I'm Irish. We would never call ourselves European. I'd never say, hi, I'm such and such a person, I'm European. But we actually are. That's part of our identity too. On fait partie de l'Union européenne, donc on est européen. So we're part of the European Union, so we are European. Je suis européen, I am European. La culture is culture. Faire partie de l'Union européenne nous permet de découvrir les cultures des pays membres, qui est enrichissante. So being part of the European Union allows us to discover the cultures of member countries, which is enriching. I mean, look at you and you're learning the French language. It's fabulous. You can go over and travel there freely and work there if you want to experience the culture. La coutume is just a handy word to even recognise. It means the customs. So the customs of a certain country. Quand on voyage en Europe, on découvre les coutumes d'autres pays. When one travels to Europe, one discovers the customs of other countries. Like anyone coming to Ireland, the customs here would be, celebrating everything with drink and the pubs and Patrick's Day, and we have our own different customs here, don't we? Les frontières are the borders. Les frontières are the borders. Il n'y a pas de frontières quand on fait partie de l'Union européenne. So there's no borders when one is part of the European Union. We're all one common travel zone. That's a feminine word as well. Un marché commun is a common market. That's another word we could use to describe the European Union. We have a common market, so free trade amongst the members. Le marché commun en Europe est excellent pour encourager le commerce entre les pays. The common market in Europe is excellent to encourage trade between countries. Le libre-échange, I love this term, it's going to be brilliant for this opinion piece. Le libre-échange is free trade. Think free exchange, free trade. Le marché commun permet le libre-échange des marchandises et des produits entre les pays européens. So the common market allows free trade of goods and products between member countries. So le libre-échange. Les subventions is a handy word to recognize. It means the grants. So the grants that the European Union give us, particularly to our farmers or our roads or hospitals or whatever, or education. L'Union européenne donne beaucoup de subventions à l'Irlande. So the European Union gives lots of grants to Ireland. And that's what we were saying about like the United Kingdom were mad to leave the European Union because like they lose all them grants. They don't get access to them anymore. Le Brexit is Brexit. Le Brexit était un événement inquiétant pour tous les pays membres. Brexit was a worrying event for all member countries. The fear of the unknown, and I suppose we still have a bit of that too. C'était un désastre. It was a disaster. Le Brexit sera un désastre pour le commerce entre l'Irlande et le Royaume-Uni. So the Brexit will be a disaster for trade between Ireland and the United Kingdom. So I hope I've explained this vocab, okay? So I'll just run through the pronunciations one last time. L'Europe, l'Union européenne, la zone euro, le Parlement européen, la Commission européenne, les pays membres, l'élargissement, le commerce, les échanges commerciaux, la libre circulation des marchandises, la monnaie unique, les traités européens, le FMI, la Banque centrale européenne, une loi, une crise, un traité, un budget s'inscrira à une nécessité économique, une puissance, le pouvoir, la paix, l'unité, exporter des produits librement, voyager, les pays européens, un européen, la culture, la coutume, les frontières, un marché commun, le libre-échange, les subventions, le Brexit, un désastre. I'm not sure if I have